My friend Sarah's an archaeologist. She works near here. Want to go see if she knows anything about your riddle?
That would be great.
The stone faces have always been Sarah's obsession. Most people come here looking for treasure, but not Sarah. She just wants answers.
Impossible. I can't carry anymore.
¿Vino a la misión en busca de salvación o de sus secretos?
I'm not sure. A little of both, maybe.
Esperar a que la vida se desarrolle delante de ti es un lujo de los jóvenes. Antes era así. Me dejaba llevar.
Is that how you came here?
De cierto modo. ¿Me permite darle un consejo? Tome una decisión. No se limite a aceptar lo que le toque. No me entrometo más. ¿Le gustaría comerciar algo? Un placer hacer negocios con usted, señorita.
Have you been friends a long time?
Since we were kids. She was the nerd, I was always skipping school and stealing my grandma's RV. Once in a while, I could convince.
Abby, ¿puedes ayudarme con esto? Está dañado.
Espere. ¿Usted es la tal Lara Croft?
I am.
La reconozco por la foto. ¿Qué es lo que busca en este lugar?
I'm following a riddle. The heart of the serpent is in the cup near the many stone faces.
¿Los rostros de piedra? Estoy aquí por lo mismo.
I don't want to step on your toes. It's the serpent in the cup I'm really looking for.
Bueno, puedo decirle que han estado aquí por lo menos 400 años. Según documentos de la biblioteca, son guardianes. La leyenda dice que custodian una cripta secreta.
A crypt?
Nunca nadie la ha encontrado. Como se imaginará, eso es lo que vuelve locos a los cazadores de tesoros. Pero si la infame Lara Croft es tan lista como dicen, bueno, si logra encontrarla, me haría un favor.
You think I should start at the library?
Sí, está por el cementerio. Es uno de los edificios más antiguos de aquí. No olvide darme crédito si encuentra algo.
Thank you. I will. The ink is badly faded. It's difficult to make anything out. Savage, outrageous, betrayal.
Laura, you find anything yet?
Abby's friend mentioned a crypt somewhere around the library. I'll meet you there.
Este lugar es mágico. Fortaleza para superar mi misión.
So there's a crypt around here somewhere?
A secret crypt.
Why secret? If Lopez is involved, there's bound to be a trick.
That's a solid theory. What about you? Did you find anything?
I got a pamphlet. 7 steps closer to God.
Who knows? Maybe it'll help. Strange there are only 7 stations. This must be based on an older tradition. Jesus takes up the cross, falls the first time, meets his mother. Then Veronica wipes his face before he falls the second time. Then he is crucified and finally entombed.
Feels like a mausoleum.
Means we're on the right track, right? Jonah, I feel something. We're getting close. Let's look around for signs of Lopez. And under his wings you may seek refuge. Under his wings.
These notes were written by the founder of the Second Seven. They're talking about funds allocated for renovations to the library.
Impossible. I can't carry anymore. 26th of December, 1603. Lopez woke me, having already prepared a Spartan breakfast. This is where we were meant to be, he said, a cold determination in his voice, so very different from how he acted just the day before. I finished my meal as he spoke of holy retribution, how he had acted in error, but now God had put his hands on his shoulders and shown him the path to walk. We will spread the true word of God from this small mission, he said, pointing to an adobe building just beyond the stone faces. We will prepare the path for the chosen one to follow, for only he who does will be worthy of this box. Jonah, this book describes a stranger's arrival at the mission. He founded the Sect of Seven. Maybe that was Lopez.
Like on the pamphlet. We must be getting close. We should keep looking.
John, son of Zebedee, one of Jesus' apostles, also called the beloved disciple. He and his brother James were known for their impetuousness and temper, which prompted Christ to start calling them Boanerges, sons of thunder. John is credited with writing 5 books of the New Testament, the Gospel of John, the 3 epistles of John, and the Book of Revelation. He's the patron saint of love and loyalty, as well as writers, publishers, and scholars. One of his symbols is a serpent in a cup, which is linked to his patronage of victims of poisoning and burns. The sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. Jonah, those two Bible quotes. The sun will be darkened, and under his wings you may seek refuge.
What does it mean?
That's it. Look for a heron and an eclipse. Brother de la Cruz appeared one day, emerging from the jungle, breathing new life into the mission. There were just the three of us when he arrived, and Sister Dorothea had been ill for many weeks. He and his associate began to work that first day. By the next week, de la Cruz had recruited a workforce of 36. They have prepared the bell tower and worked the fields, planting crops. Brother de la Cruz aims to make us self-sufficient. We'd spent so long alone out here, I'd worried we'd lose God's ear. Lo and behold, we not only had his ear, but he sent another to act as his hands as well.
Tardaremos eternidades. ¿Cuántos daños?
Stone faces weep as Jesus creeps along the dolorous path. Too many died. More will still, and more will still, and more will still. His light leads the way.
Un paso a la vez. Día a la vez. Como si tuviéramos elección.
The door closed and a silence settled, so great and so vast I held my breath for fear of breaking it. Lopez turned to me, his eyes wild, a smile screwed across his face. He came toward me, arms outstretched, and for a moment fear flickered across my heart. But he pulled me close, his fingers digging into my shoulders. I found it, he whispered in my ear, and releasing me, he wandered through this room. Walls of pure jade reaching up to the heavens, completely covered in intricate etched mosaics and carved figures. I followed at a distance as he approached an altar and watched as he lifted a silver box from it. The others are worried that Brothers de la Cruz and Serrano will not return. I have so far maintained they will, that they always have. But in my heart I am beginning to believe we have seen the last of them, and that grief weighs heavily. We will continue their work. Either they will return to find we have not forgotten the teachings, or they will look down on us from above and bless our continued labors. This cross, it looks like it's from the 17th century. There's a whole mural under here. Veracruz, the true cross.
Is that what I think it is?
The silver box. It's unmistakable.
Jesus takes up the cross. These are the stations of the cross. But there's a bunch missing.
Before 1600, there were only 7. This could date back to the time of Lopez.
This is one of his clues.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing he does.
All right. Let's see if we can find a cross lying around here somewhere. When we find the box, how do we get the key back from the Dominguez?
We'll find a way.
Found something?
Yeah. Jesus takes up the cross. Help me lift this.
That actually worked.
Looks like a long way down. Let's see where this leads.
Thanks.
Station 2. Jesus falls the first time.
There's an inscription.
I'll need to move the cart to direct the light beam to the door.
Lucem habitus.
Walk while you have the light.
That did it. I wouldn't want to be buried in here. My head tossed behind a cross somewhere.
Walk while you have the light, so that the darkness may not overtake you,
Sounds like a hint.
or a threat.
This looks like the Virgin Mary.
Station 3. Jesus meets his mother.
The mirror looks dusty. We need to get the light to point the way. I'll give you a boost. Hey, it worked. The light leads this way. What happened to these people?
Looks like the light activated something.
Laura! Are you all right? You're lucky it was a little rusted.
This must be Station 4.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at these frescoes. I'll need to direct the light beam towards the fresco of Veronica.
These people look like they were tortured. Hung up in the ceiling.
I don't think this was just a crypt. I'll get it.
falls the second time. Laura, is that what I think it is?
The Stations of the Cross again.
But with mummies. Isn't this sacrilegious?
Not necessarily. They could have been paying the ultimate homage.
Or they were just sick.
This must be Station 6. I'll need to direct the left light beam toward the crucifixion scene.
Looks like a church. These ones are posed like monks.
Uh-huh.
So Lopez staged the whole crucifixion with mummies? Seems sacrilegious.
I think this was a place of worship for an underground sect.
Literally. Guess this is the sect from the pamphlet. This is disgusting. I'm glad.
Strange there are only 7 stations. This must be based on an older tradition. Jesus takes up the cross, falls the first time, meets his mother. Then Veronica wipes his face before he falls the second time. Then he is crucified and finally entombed.
I wasn't around when Lopez was. That inscription. Do not fear those who kill the body, but are unable
I think
to
he's
kill the
taking
soul.
up the cross.
Is that for us?
Don't let Lopez get in your head. He's caused enough trouble already.
Okay, let's do this.
He's carrying the cross. I think he's taking up the cross. They're carrying him. They're lifting him. She's wiping his face, I think. What's the first step of the crucifixion?
Not sure. Maybe it's on that pamphlet.
I'll need to direct the left light beam toward the crucifixion scene. What's the first step of the crucifixion?
Not sure. Maybe it's on that pamphlet.
Strange there are only 7 stations. They're first step of the crucifixion?
Not sure. Maybe it's on that pamphlet.